Hello, folks. Welcome to the Mindset Artistry Podcast. I'm your host, DiPaolo. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining the Mindset Movement. Yes, I know it has been a while since I've done a show, not since last year. I have been extremely busy, but that's only half the story. Truth be told, I did actually have two other shows filmed that I never published. And reason being, they just weren't really the message that I wanted to put out there for this show. When I started doing this show, it's all about mindset, having a great mindset, bettering ourselves, working towards personal excellence, achieving great things in life, working on your family life, your professional life, your health. These are the things I like to talk about. And the last couple shows that I did post just weren't really about that. And reason being is there's a lot of bad things going on right now in this world. And that's obvious, right? Like we have multiple wars going on here in the US. Things aren't great. The economy's not great. Job market's not great. Like, let's just be honest. Like, there's a whole lot here going on right now in the US on our own soil that's not very good. And then on top of it, with these wars happening, and these are scary times. And I was maybe talking about some of that stuff, and it's hard to not be, have a strong opinion about that stuff. And it's just not really the direction I want to go with this show. So I never posted them. But I knew I had to get back. I knew I had to start doing the show again. And that maybe that's what had to happen for me to have what I want to talk about in this show today, because I want to talk about gratitude. And I've talked about that in the past, I know, plenty of times, but this one hits a little bit differently because, I've always understood the importance of having gratitude in your life and being very grateful for the things that you do have, especially things that money can't buy, your loved ones, and that is that's so important to me. And I'm always very grateful for that. Okay. And multiple other things. But looking at all the stuff that's going on, especially these wars that are going on, here in the United States, thankfully, we at the moment we are a lot safer, and there's not bombs dropping on us. But you look at what's going on in these other countries, and no, whatever your opinion is, and your politics or whatever, your religion, whatever side, whatever tribalism you want to subscribe to or say, at the end of the day, war is terrible. And you see, yeah, sure, there's reasons and whatever, you could look at that, make a case on either way, whatever. But when you look at these people at the end of the day, like, there's just normal people over there, like you and me, like anyone else, that were just born in a different country, born in a different region, raised differently, have a different religion, have different world leaders who are making their decisions for them. And at the end of the day, there's just normal people over there just trying to go about their lives, and bombs are dropping. People are dying, families are being displaced. And you're not human if you could look at that and say that that's not terrible. Okay. Which brought me to like a different level of gratefulness, because I pray every night and I thank God. And the two main things that I pray for all the time, that I actually just thank God. Hey, thank you for keeping my family safe and healthy. My son, my wife, my family, my friends. Thank you for keeping everyone safe and healthy. Thank you for keeping me safe and healthy. And you almost, I felt bad saying that, because you look at what's going on, and some of these people are not safe and healthy. They're in terrible situations. You almost feel bad, I don't ask for it. I don't pray for it. I thank God. Thank you. Thank you for keeping me safe and healthy, my family safe and healthy, because some people aren't right now. So be grateful for that. Okay. You need to be grateful for that. And look, that could change. We don't know. Anything can happen. But as it stands right now, you should be very, very grateful that you're okay. And that goes even just on a like personal level too, not just war. There's some people that leave and go out that door and never come back. And that happens in a lot of different ways, right? Like, you can be in a horrific car accident. Someone can hurt you and you may not make it through it. You can get struck by lightning. You could, your car can have a malfunction and that you don't know about. And You can fly off a bridge. Like, I mean, I'm just, I know that sounds extreme, but it's true. There's a lot of things. You could have a heart attack. You could have a health issue you never knew about. I mean, there's people that leave that morning to go out for work or wherever and just never make it home. It happens. I know that. I know people personally that has happened to. So you should be really thankful when you come back in that house and your family comes back in that house later on in that day. Be very thankful and grateful about that, because that opportunity gets taken from a lot of people. And until you go through it, you don't really understand it. And sometimes it's easily forgotten too. Like, you can go through that and then, months go by, years go by, and you forget all about it. But be grateful for that. Be grateful for coming back home. Be grateful for being healthy and safe. Okay. And it's just a good way to be, because it puts you in a good mindset. It puts you in an understanding of what life's all about. It puts an understanding of things that you have in your life that are, that money can't buy. It's not about having the new watch or the new car or this or any of that other bullshit. There's things that money can't buy that when they are taken from you, it will shatter you. And you should be very grateful that you have these people around you while you do, because life is short. We're not here for a long time. So appreciate your loved ones, your pets, everything, that you have your roof over your head, your health. These are very simple, practical things that you should appreciate and be very grateful for. And when you look at what's going on around the world in these other countries, these things are out of our control. I understand that. There's people making these decisions for us over there, over here. You can have your opinion about it. You could pick your side. You could justify whatever you want. But at the end of the day, just pray for the innocent people that are out there going through very horrible things that they had nothing to do with, that they didn't play a hand in the situation that they're in right now. Pray for those people. You should do that as a human, with someone who has, humanity, and just be very grateful and thankful that you are safe. Sure. Is there tough things going on in your life, or is your situation perfect? Are you dealing with trials and tribulations in your own life? Yes, absolutely you are. Everyone is. That's just part of life. That's understandable. But at the end of the day, you need to look a little bit past that. Be grateful for the other things that you do have in your life, opportunities, people around you, loved ones, and that will help you through a lot of the other stuff as well. So that's it. I just wanted to jump back on. I will start doing these shows more often. This is just something that I wanted to talk about. I feel like it was a good segue of getting back into this. And yeah, sounds cliche. Everything happens for a reason. Maybe I didn't do all those shows for a reason, because I needed to do this one. So that's it, everyone. I'll see you all next week. Thank you.